Shalom. I want to say Thawada, Yahweh Bashma Washai Bahasham Rakakwadash for giving us the truth, the understanding of the Holy Bible, for teaching us through their men, the men of the Lord, that being the apostles of Great Millstone, in whom I want to give double honors to. I want to say Yahweh Bashma Washai Bahasham Rakakwadash Brakatham to the 144,000 servants of Yahweh Bashma Washai and the remaining elect of the nation of Israel. Now I got an article that was just sent to me from a dear brother that I want to bring out before I go to camp later this afternoon. And it's here from RT News. It says German state allows all businesses to ban unvaxxed customers, even for groceries and other essentials. So pretty much what we're seeing here in the headline is the vision of our forefather, the Apostle John, which he received an array of visions concerning the end of days, the last days, if you will, the last days of Esau's rulership, because as it's written, pursuant to 2 Ezra 6 verse 9, Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Well, pretty much what the Apostle John saw in one of his visions was the fulfillment of Esau, beginning with the wicked elite. He saw the vision of these Edomites establishing their new world order, in which that's pretty much what we're seeing here in the headline. And what this whole situation is leading to the fulfillment of Bible prophecy pursuant to Revelation 13 and 16, where roughly paraphrasing it says, "And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark, that mark being the implantable microchip in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name." Now, what we're seeing here in the headline is pretty much the fulfillment of that, on a smaller level, because we know that the vax itself isn't quite the mark. But eventually, when everything goes digital, when Esau fully brings about this digital system, because we're coming to a digital society, which that's all a part of Esau's New World Order, in which that also includes your money, your paper money going digital, your ID going digital, the keys that you have in your wallet going digital, your wallet itself going digital, because that's Esau's goal, to have everything digitized on an implantable microchip, which will be the new digital wallet, hence the term Fourth Industrial Revolution. And that's the goal of the wicked elite of Esau, Edom, to merge man with technology. At the helm of that technology will be the implantable microchip. So pretty much everything's going digital, including your medical records, your identification. So in order to identify yourself in the very near future, that's going to be done digitally. And ultimately, that's going to be done by way of an implantable microchip, which is the mark. And so in order to buy or sell, or in order to go into these different businesses, as we're seeing here in the headline, you're going to have an implantable microchip, in order to buy groceries and other essentials, as we're seeing here in this headline. So let's read a little bit and see what's going on out there. The German state of Hesse has become the first to allow businesses to deny the unactivated access even to basic necessities, setting a troubling precedent as its neighbors wrestle with protests against the V mandates, which that's Bible prophecy within itself, pursuant to 2 Ezra, the 9th chapter, regarding all these different uproars of the people, which is a sign of our Lord Yahweh Shai returning, and that's another thing that we're measuring. It reads on to say, Hessian supermarkets have been granted permission to deny the unactivated the right to buy food. I read that again, the right to buy food and other essentials. Again, we should be thinking about Revelation 13 and 17, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. So we're definitely living in that time. Hence Habakkuk 2 verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it shall surely come, roughly paraphrasing. All right, so you Israelites out there, you better buckle up because we're coming into that time. Okay, the time of Jacob's trouble, Jeremiah 30 verse 7, Daniel 12 verse 1. You can read 2nd Ezra the 15th chapter, 2nd Ezra the 16th chapter. Right now is the time to get right with our Lord Yahweh Bashmi Shai, because judgment is coming. And also, let me get this before we close out. We're living in some very serious times. This is Revelation chapter 3 and verse 10. It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, and this is a message from our Lord Yahweh Bashmi Shai to their elect, in whom we're hoping to be. It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, in which that's what we're doing. We're keeping our Lord's patience by doing his will to the best of our ability. It says, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation. And we're in the hour right now. Okay, it begins with what we're seeing here in the news. German state allows all businesses to ban unvaxxed customers, even for groceries and other essentials. So in other words, what our Lord is saying here to his men, the elect man and the elect women, and Lord willing, our children, what he's saying is that because we've done his will to the best of our ability, we've kept our faith, and Lord willing, we endure unto the end. Well, guess what? He's going to give us the spirit to resist Esau's New World Order. He's going to put a special spirit upon us to resist receiving that implantable microchip, which is the mark of the beast, in which there's a major judgment for taking that chip, for giving your mind, body, and soul over to Esau's government in the form of that chip. There's a judgment for that, pursuant to Revelation 49 and 10. And that judgment is going to come during the time of World War III, when the Lord has these different countries go at it in that battle, the Battle of Armageddon. And basically, they're going to shoot their nuclear missiles upon each other, hitting targets over here in America, America being the main hub of destruction. All right. And that's what the Apostle John saw in his vision concerning the lake of fire. He saw these nuclear missiles hitting places like America and people being destroyed and tormented in a lake of fire, in a sea of fire, if you will. Okay, that fire coming by way of those nuclear missiles, as well as the fire coming out of the chariots, the so-called UFOs in which our Lord is going to come back in. So let's read it again. Revelation 3 verse 10. It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world. In which, when you go into this word world in the Greek, you'll find the Greek word oikoumene, which pertains to the inhabitants of the earth. So everyone is going to be tried and tested. Okay. It says to try them that dwell upon the earth. All right. And this is the time frame that we're living in right now. Hence why our Lord said this in the book of Isaiah, chapter 55 and verse 6. It says, seek ye the Lord while he may be found, call ye upon him while he is near. Implying that there's going to come a time when our Lord Yahweh Bashmi Shai is going to be nowhere to be found, because right now you can find the Lord by way of his servants, the prophets, whether it be us going out there on the highways and byways, on the street corners, or us uploading these videos to feed you with this knowledge and understanding, as it's written in Jeremiah 3 verse 15. But guess what? The time is coming when this knowledge, this wisdom, and this understanding is not going to be found, because there's going to be a famine of the word. Amos 8 verse 11. And this is also why our Lord said this again in Isaiah 45 and verse 19. It says, I have not spoken in secret in a dark place of the earth. I said not unto the seed of Jacob, pertaining to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, because we're the descendants of Jacob, we're the Israelites. It says, seek ye me in vain. I, the Lord, speak righteousness. I declare things that are right. And that's what the Lord is doing right now through his men, beginning with the apostles, the bishops, the elders, and the men of great millstone, and like-minded righteous Israelite men that share our same report, pursuant to Isaiah 53 verse 1. So Lord willing, you brothers and sisters out there were edified, and we'll catch you in the next one. Shalom.